Hello, this is Solomon Davis, Right Side Trader. Today is January 27th, 2024, and this is my weekly market review where I'm reviewing the NASDAQ 100, that's QQQ, on a quarterly chart, monthly chart, weekly chart, and a daily chart. This is all for educational purposes only. As we all know, trading is risky. You can lose money at trading. So please check with your financial advisor. Please check with your significant other and make sure trading is something that is suitable for you. All right, let's jump right over to the charts and see what's going on. Let me do this. Let me do this. I'm going to go straight to my quarterly chart here, and I usually do this. Let's see if we can go up, and it went to the other side. Let me slide it over. Working on a new computer, so things are a little different. See what happens. Nope, nothing happened there. And I know it there. That's what I want. And clear that. And I want to slide things over. It's always the first video. Always a little cumbersome. Me moving around. I want that in just a little bit. And I'm zooming in anyway. Okay. All right. The Qs. Okay. We're still fighting at high. We're still below our 1 on the yearly pivots and all. We're still above pivots. We still look like we're in a bull market here looking at the quarterly chart. And look like we still can go higher is what I see here. Let's go ahead and go down to the monthly chart. And let's zoom in a little bit here. Zoom in here a little bit here. We still already met that high for the month. I have the 10 moving average on this one. That's what I'll be showing on this one, just to let us know if we're in a bull market or a bear market. We're still above the 10. We're not too extended yet, and also we're still good to the upside. We're still just below that bubble. Is kind of hiding. R1 level, we're still just below that R1 level. So again, we still got a little bit of room to move up, come next week. So that's what I'm kind of expecting there. And let's go ahead and take a quick look at the weekly chart. And on the weekly chart, let me zoom in here. I have the 50 and the 200 on here. That 50 is the green line. The 200 is the red line. Let's zoom in a little bit here. And what you see here, I'm going to zoom in a little bit more. And also you can see these lines real good, because what I want to show you, what I want to highlight here is that last week we was bumping at that R1 level. This week we are above that R1 level. We did go all the way to that R2 level and bounce off that a little bit on the week. And we are forming a doji here on the weekly chart. The thing is now, we're going to be above pivot. We should, these are, if this is a weekly, these should be monthly pivots. Let me just zoom in there. That's monthly pivots. We are above an R1 monthly and all. We already did what I would expect to happen here. We already came down to that pivot and bounced, and we ended up closing a little bit above it. So next week, I still kind of expect, I'm bullish now. You got to remember this. I'm bullish. I still kind of expect that this market can go up here and touch this R2 level again and maybe close a little bit closer to that. But since we did form a doji, this is what usually happens after dojis. We had a doji here, back here, and we ended up with a red wick. Then we went green. We had a doji up here. We kind of went sideways a little bit, before we went higher. But look, you can look back here. I'm just squeezing in just what you can see. We had a doji all the way back here on my left-hand side, if you can actually see that, and we did go higher. So, but at that time, we were below pivot, and you were kind of expected to go up to pivot at least, and all. And now that we are already above pivot at this time, continuing to the upside, it's going to be kind of difficult. It's going to be more like what we see in this area here. We kind of like we was above an R1. We went up a little bit, then we rolled over. So rolling over is not going to be a big surprise. Breaking R2 would be a bigger surprise, even though we're in a strong bull market at this time. But let's just kind of wait and see what we see next week. Here on the daily chart, let's just zoom in here a little bit. And on the daily chart, as you can see, that rollover had already started happening. That's how we ended up creating that doji. But here on this daily time frame, we already kind of like enclosed this little gap that it had made it, during the week. Around that was Tuesday to Wednesday. It ended up gapping up a little bit, probably some of the earnings stuff that had came out. And we was fighting at a weekly R1 level, and we ended up coming back down below that R1 level. So now next week, these are weekly pivots. And let me get where you can actually see that. Let me right click here. These are weekly pivots, as you can see there, and look like we're going to be opening below pivot. It's going to be that's the only reason. That's the only thing that I can see right now that can actually, based on the pivots, what I'm showing, that we can end up getting a drop, on next week. So that's it. That's all I really want to share at this time. This is Solomon, Right Side Trader. Hope this has been helpful. Subscribe, like, and I'll talk to you guys next week. Have a good one. Bye.